So hey guys, and welcome to the video. Today I'm doing a tier list video on roller coaster manufacturers. I thought this would be a fun little thing to do, considering I've had a bit of a busy week and I've not really had time to record a video. I thought this would be something nice. I know it's an original idea and no one, of course, has ever done this before. I just thought it'd be something nice for me to do on the channel. So if you go on to like this video, guys, please do click that subscribe button down below and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a single video. Also, smack that like button to let me know that you've liked the video. So without further ado, let's get straight into my PC and get on doing this tier list. Right, so as you can see on my PC screen now, I've got the tier list and I can see a whole host of manufacturers, so this should be great fun. So the first one that we're going to do is Arrow, or Arrow Dynamics for those in the business. So I've got a bit of a love and a hate relationship with Arrow, as some of you may know. The big one at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, that's an Arrow, and the Chesington World of Adventures Vampire is also an Arrow. I've heard that they've made some pretty great coasters. I know there was one in America that was their bobsleigh style coaster, and that got removed recently, not too recently, but recently, and got replaced with something else. I'm gonna rate them because of their rocky past. I am gonna rate them a C. You know, they made some good coasters, but they're definitely not the best. Right, on to Bollinger and Mabillard, A. Let's do this constructively. So, for those who don't know, Bollinger and Mabillard are the manufacturers of Nemesis Inferno, Nemesis, Air, Oblivion, Fury 325, all of the Batman the Ride coasters, because there are quite a few out there. They've made some great coasters in the past. And they are working on some great projects at the moment. I really like Bollinger and Mabillard. All of their coasters that I've ridden, including the Swarm, are just really, really smooth. So Bollinger and Mabillard offer some great intensity. You know, their inverted coasters from what I've ridden are absolutely fantastic. So they are actually going to be my first A-list coaster manufacturer today. Now, unfortunately, I cannot read that one for the life of me, and I've tried zooming in on my computer, but I cannot for the life of me read that roller coaster manufacturer. So unfortunately, we're going to be leaving that one. Chance Morgan, I had a look online because I'm not familiar with them myself. I cannot find any roller coasters that they've done. I can only find two on Wikipedia. So I'm gonna just place them here. I feel like that's a bit unfair, but you know, they did it to themselves. You're not made enough roller coasters. Great Coasters International, man, what a business. They made Troy. They've made the Wicker Man. Megaphobia is also a Great Coasters International roller coaster. They're primarily wooden coasters. In fact, I think they've only made wooden coasters, to be honest with you. I've not heard of any steel coasters that they've made at all. I really like GCI roller coasters. From what I've seen, to be honest with you, the only one that I've ridden is the Wicker Man at Alton Towers. Quite a lot of the manufacturer on this list, though, I haven't ridden. I am going to, based on the Wicker Man and based off of what I've seen, again, Megaphobia is one that I really want to ride. I am going to place them in the B tier. Now, the reason they're going in the B tier is because, again, the roller coasters that they designed look good. They just look good. They look really good. And again, I love me a good wooden roller coaster. Gerstlauer. Right. I've got a bit of a love and a hate relationship with Gerstlauer. So if you didn't know, Gerstlauer make the Smiler, they make the Euro Fighter style roller coasters. So Speed is one at Oakwood Park. There's also one down at Adventure Island. There's loads of them about the place. And unfortunately, they've got a reputation, Gerstlauer roller coasters, for being rough. But they make their own spinning coasters. They also have their own line of kiddie coasters. So the Troublesome Truck Ride at Drayton Manor is a great example of this. So, you know what? I'm not going to be too harsh on them. They have made some great roller coasters. The Smiler, unfortunately, is getting rough, and that's one of their Infinity coaster style. So I am going to put Gerstlauer. You know what? I'm going to be nice to Gerstlauer. I'm going to put them in B tier, just because they have a bit of everything, and I feel like they really have stepped up their game in recent years in terms of some of the innovations that they've started making some of their roller coasters as well. So I looked the Gravity group up online earlier, and I couldn't find any coasters that I was particularly familiar with. They seem to all primarily be based in the United States and China. I'm going to leave them out just because I haven't really heard of any of their roller coasters before, not ridden any of them, so I feel like it'd be unfair for me to rate them. Apart from Chance Morgan still deserves to be an F tier. So Hopkins, again, one that I'm not overly familiar with. I do know that they make quite a few log flumes across the world. So they are quite a prevalent manufacturer in that area. Would I say a log flume manufacturer deserves to be at the top? No. They've only designed 3 coasters, it looks like. No, they've designed 7 roller coasters. I've not ridden any of them. I have not heard of any of their log flumes. But I am going to put them in D tier just because I need to make more roller coasters. Now, Intamin. Intamin are the innovators of the roller coaster industry. They really try to push this industry as much as possible. So what I mean by that was they were the first roller coaster manufacturer to truly innovate the hydraulic launch system. Examples of that are King the Car, Rita, Stealth, all of Top Thrill Dragster actually. All of those roller coasters were designed by Intamin, so they really are the pioneers of the hydraulic launch system. They are quite respected across the industry as being one of the innovators. So you know what? They made 13, and I really like 13. I really like their drop style coasters where they drop on a single piece of track. So I'm going to put them in B tier, just because I do like Intamin roller coasters, but again, I don't feel like they've quite deserved that A tier. Mack Rides. Man, Mack Rides have been busy over the past couple of years. They have really stepped up their game. They have really took on the LSM launch. So in my opinion, Mack Rides make the best LSM launches. If you don't know what an LSM launch is, it's a magnetic launch system. So as a roller coaster propels down the track, you've got loads of magnets pulsing positive and negative to make the train go quicker. Their recent rides have been fantastic. The Runaway Mine Train at Alton Towers is actually a Mack Rides ride as well. I'm going to put them in A tier, just because Icon, I know it's not open yet, but Storm Chaser at Paulson's Park, Helix, Copperhead Strike, Time Machine, Do I Need to Go On? They're just fantastic. Now I'm going on to Mara. Mara is one of those theme park ride manufacturers that really are a bit of an underdog. So an example of their work is Sonic Spinball at Alton Towers, Dragon's Fury at Chesington World of Adventures. They also made G-Force and the X-Car design, which didn't really take off, unfortunately. I would have liked to have seen more X-Car designs go around, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. If you don't know what an X-Car is, by the way, it is the G-Force ride design, like at Drayton Manor. I am going to place Mara on C tier because they don't make the best roller coasters. They're a bit of an underdog, but the coasters that they do have are very, very good. They're consistently smooth. Again, I've been on Dragon's Fury and Sonic Spinball, and I've absolutely loved them. Unfortunately, I never got to go on GeForce, but I know there is a clone of GeForce in Dubai. Will I be flying out to Dubai just to ride a clone of GeForce? Absolutely not. Hopefully one day I'll get to ride one of their X-Car designs. Next we have Pinfari. Actually, I'm going to be a bit more sympathetic towards Pinfari just because they bring cheap, affordable roller coasters to smaller parks. So if you don't know Pinfari, they make those those big Apple roller coasters that you see everywhere at seaside locations. Those little, they're called Wacky Worms in America. We call them Big Apples over here, but they've got like caterpillar faces and things like that. And they've all got the basic layout. And they also had an inverting coaster design, believe it or not. They're innovators, or they were innovators before they went under and got bought. But because they brought roller coasters to the masses, and a lot of people's first roller coaster would probably have been a Pinfari, I'm going to put them in D tier, because again, they really did the industry a favour by making these cheap, affordable roller coasters. Premier Rides is a bit of an interesting one. I've never ridden a Premier Rides ride. I am aware of their Sky Rocket 2 model, and they're all the same. I am going to put them, I'm not really going to explain much about them because I don't know much about them. From the roller coaster I've seen, I'm going to put them in D tier. They all seem to be the same, to be honest with you, so there's no point in me really talking about them. Rocky Mount Construction, or RMC. Please, UK theme parks, bring an RMC to the UK, right? You've got one in Sweden, you've got several in Poland. Why aren't there any RMCs in the UK yet? Can somebody explain that to me? RMCs are, from what I've heard, really great rides. They may not be the smoothest, they may not be the most forceful in some circumstances, but they definitely offer a great ride every time. I've heard some are better than others, so I'm going to put RMC in the A tier, because I really feel like once I ride a few of these RMC roller coasters, once I get out to Europe, next year now probably, I'm really going to enjoy them, and they're going to rank quite highly on my list. So the next one here, I can't read that. Do you really think my eyesight's that good? I'm not familiar with what that is. Now, I'm just going to put you over here. Yeah, just stay there. I don't need to explain Togo. S&S. They make amazing shock towers. They also made the Slammer at Thorpe Park. I've never ridden any of their roller coasters, but from what I've seen, they're actually pretty good and they're actually respectable. I'm going to put S&S in C tier, just because, again, they make great, respectable roller coasters, and the ones I have seen look pretty average, so. Vekoma. What an interesting roller coaster manufacturer. They aren't the best. They made the SLC models. I like SLCs, but they're rough. If you don't know what an SLC is, Jubilee Odyssey at Fantasy Island, also Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Vekoma, I'll be honest with you. I do like the SLC models, as I said, again, but they're rough. Also, their old style of track is rough. Apart from the Millennium Coaster at Fantasy Island, that is a very smooth roller coaster. But they have done wonders for the industry, and they have picked themselves up over the last couple of years. If you didn't know, Vekoma, when Arrow Dynamics actually went under, they bought the rights to the Arrow Dynamics track design. And that's why, if you look at Vekoma track, an old style Vekoma track, it looks very similar to Arrow. In fact, they still maintain and offer trains for Arrow roller coasters, even now in 2020. And again, they've really picked themselves up over recent years. So Velociraptor and Flight of the Pterosaur are examples of Vekoma roller coaster, the newer design Vekoma roller coasters. There's also a few in Energylandia, I believe. I'm going to rate Vekoma a B, actually, just because they've picked themselves up over the last couple of years. The roller coasters that they have built over the last couple of years have been fantastic. Again, I've not ridden any of them, but from what I've seen on off-ride shots and POVs, they look fantastic. So, Zamperla, I've heard about Hero. Yeah, Zamperla roller coasters aren't really the best. Zamperla flat rides are actually better than the roller coasters, so I'm just going to leave them in F tier because they really shouldn't be making roller coasters. Zamperla, just give up. And the last one we have today is Sierra Tivoli. There's quite a few Sierra Tivoli roller coasters about. There's one at Pleasurewoods Hills. There is another one at Adventure Island. There's quite a few about there, and from what I've seen, they're actually decent rides. They make great little kiddie coasters, so you know what? I can't really fault them, and they're going in C tier. So guys, I hope you've liked this video. Again, it's something different, and I really wanted to give one of these a go. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, please do click that like button. It really helps the channel out, and it lets me know that you've liked the video. Also, click that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video, and also click that notification bell so you get notified when I do make a new one. So again guys, I've been Ryan from My Coaster. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.